On SME On Point this week, we witnessed the devastation brought about by unrest and looting, particularly in Gauteng and KZN, and how small businesses in those two provinces were impacted. One such business is Styla Gang Original Designs, based in Soweto. SME On Point caught up with the founders who are reeling from the setback that the business has suffered, but not even this is going to stop these young founders in their tracks of success. Nqobile Tshabalala edited this insert. Mpho and his business partners own a trendy graphic sports label for ready-to-wear clothing. They say it bridges the gap between high-end fashion and streetwear. They started this business to express their ideas and love for sports development in the township. Makua says it was a proud moment for them when they eventually opened this store in Soweto.
Taking into consideration that we were just fresh, young from high school, and we had something really interesting going on for a couple of years after high school, and just moving from being guys that started thrifting a lot and people loving that, and moving into starting like our own clothing brand, and from that opening our own store. So that whole progress and eventually having a physical space where people can access us was like a dream come true for us.
Makua says their vision has always been to use their brand to speak to community challenges.
We use our clothing brand to kind of like trigger solutions to our problems in a nutshell. Yeah, so people kind of like understood our goal, our drive to succeed, just not fashion-wise, but to take everyone, to inspire all industries to have like a positive mindset.
Already contending against the effects of COVID-19 eating into their margins, this week they were dealt yet another blow. The store that held the hopes and dreams for this small business was destroyed.
I mean, I'm so disappointed in my people, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like this block was the block that made us, and now it's the block that kind of like destroys us. Now, it's a painful experience to kind of like all your blood, sweat and tears, all those years coming up and building something for the people and trying to get the people to organize and do, and now this, it's investments are down.
Damage is estimated to run into thousands of rands in lost stock, and the 4 people who were employed here are now jobless. But Makua says this setback will not deter them. In fact, they will use this time to rebuild the business to come back even stronger.
We're going to use this opportunity to reorganize our systems and venture into new platforms of trading, like online store we have currently. So the first step is going to just making everything available again online for people to at least know how to get products, maybe venture into partnering other stores, distributing our product, and eventually opening our own store.
Liabo Setho, SABC News, Johannesburg. Thank you so much to Mpho Makua and his co-founders for sharing this story with us. We really do sympathize with small businesses that have been affected, and implore you at home to really take it upon yourself to try and support them as much as we can. Let's really use our money. Let's use our social media platforms to once again help these businesses to be able to rebuild themselves. Let's take this conversation a little further with Ndzavi Derrick, a well-known entrepreneurship mentor. He's also the board or the board chairperson, I beg your pardon, at Mentors Without Borders. He's also a business advisor as well as a mentor. Ndzavi, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. I'm sure you've seen the story of Mpho Makua, and this is a story that a lot other small businesses are currently reeling with. This obviously has quite an impact on what we were trying to build, the development of township businesses and the township economy. Quite a setback. I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Yes, Liabo, thanks for having me, and I will agree with you that it's a setback indeed. And if you look at, we are coming from the first wave, second wave, and small businesses were now recovering. And the challenge is that most of them had to borrow money. And when I say borrow money, I'm referring to, if you look at the money that was made available, most of them might not have qualified for that, but they had to borrow money from the family, from friends, to restart their businesses. And now the hope was there. And yes, third wave came, But yeah, I would say that the current situation that happened has been like devastating to small businesses. And we are hoping that they will not give up, but they would stand up and rise up. And we are hoping that from the SAS RIA money that is there from the insurance company that is insuring from the government point of view, would be able to consider the small businesses to say, how do we make this fund available, not only to big businesses, but to those small entrepreneurs or small businesses that would say, look, I tried to start, but now I've been ravished, I've been brought down to my knees. So I believe that something will be done from the funding or from the insurance that would be compensating for the big businesses.
Yeah, I love that Mpomakua is not deterred by this. You know, they are ready with his team to be able to pick up once again. As a person that mentors a lot of business people, what 2 tips or 2 words of encouragement would you share with someone like Mpomakua about the journey that they are about to embark on of trying to pull back all their resources and try once more?
Well, I'll just refer to what I've been going through this morning, especially when Paul and his team faced the shipwreck. You know, before they reached their destination, Paul said, don't get off the boat, but let's keep on sailing until we'll get there where we're going. So what I would say to Mpo is that don't get off the boat, keep on sailing. Yes, you may not, everything may seem down and everything may seem like there's no hope, but I'm very encouraged because from his perspective is that he's got a faith and hope that things will work better. That is the one thing that you have to carry. As an entrepreneur, we need to understand that there are setbacks, there are things that will happen, the external factors that will happen, and that will be beyond our control. But what's important is that as an entrepreneur, don't give up, keep on going on, keep on, moving on. And help will come along the way.
Yeah.
And also the clients will come back and clients will rally around you. And once you start again, they would want to say, you know what, we are here to support you. We are here to buy from you again. We are here to give you support. And also to call on the communities to say, can we support the Black-owned businesses, that, especially small entrepreneurs that are coming, that are rising? Yes.
Yeah. Before I let you go, Derrick, there's been a lot of conversation around the importance of insuring stock as an entrepreneur. However, we also know the realities that, insurance money is not something that easily comes by for small businesses. So one day something happens and you find yourself cancelling the insurance. But this must have taught a lot of people a lesson that try by all means to keep yourself insured.
Yeah. Insurance in different ways. You have insurance in your personal life, but also insurance in your business, because some of them, not only on the business, you'd find out they don't even have insurance in their personal life. So it's very important that as an entrepreneur, find the reasonable insurance that you can compare, and then try to pay the premiums. And as you go, you can increase the premiums whichever way that you can. But that is for the purpose of the business. I mean, nobody would have foreseen that things could be where they are now. But yes, we are here. Here we are. So we have to keep that in mind always and say, how do we keep our business insured? Let's pay that premium. If it's less or whatever that you're paying for, it will work for us later. And yes, there are those that may not afford, but let's try our best, and then we see if we can put something on the table along those lines.
Yeah. Ndzavi Derrick, thank you so much for joining us on SME On Point. That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much. That is Ndzavi Derrick. He's a well-known entrepreneurship mentor. He's also the board chair at Mentors Without Borders, also a business advisor and mentor. He says, don't give up. And if you can, really try to keep your business insured for as long as you can. This past week has been a great indication of how bad things really can go. But most importantly, don't give up hope. You still have it in you as an entrepreneur to make a difference. That is all from SME On Point, but I'm still here. I'm not going away.